Welcome back, guys. I'm Eric,
And my name is Tito.
and today's topic is going to be creatine and its benefits when used with beta alanine. To start off with, what is creatine?
So creatine, just like beta alanine, is an amino acid, and it's constructed from arginine, glycine, and methionine.
Okay. I know for a fact that creatine is naturally created in kidneys, liver, and pancreas at a rate of 1 gram per day, and is also obtained in red meat.
Okay.
So now, that being said, what's the best course to take when feeling the effects of creatine?
So I feel like you'll still get the benefits from the red meat specifically because a lot of people do that people that work out eat red meat because they believe that it has creatine, and it does. But I feel like the best way to feel the benefits from creatine is going to be from actually taking the supplement itself.
Okay.
And you have to be on a surplus of creatine to really feel the benefits.
Okay. So I know there's different forms of creatine. Out of the many different types, which one's the most beneficial?
So beneficial as into like working out and rigorous activities. I would say creatine monohydrate, and it has been the most studied to be both safe and effective.
All right, creatine monohydrate. So now let's talk about some of the things that it does when ingested.
Okay, so the main difference that most people see and benefit from is the increase in strength and fat-free mass, which is huge.
Okay. For sure, especially when you, I mean, when you're at the gym, I think that's when you definitely want to see that, that increase in strength, and some
Yeah.
people maybe even like fat loss.
Mhm.
Also, it rapidly increases energy during intense activity. So that being said, related back to working out.
Yep. And that kind of goes on to like talking about like what it really does, and it's enhancing your ATP and basically keeping and maintaining the muscle ATP levels. So instead of you getting fatigue, so let's say you're doing 3 to 8 reps for the first set, maybe you're fine for the first set. The second set, you're not going to be fatigued. You should like theoretically you should feel the same or similar, very similar to that first set, and same thing for the third set. So it's just you're for that rep range too. It has to be like around
Right.
30 seconds. Yeah, for the
Okay.
for the first 30 seconds of when you start that set.
That's
So
yeah.
which is huge too. Like it's awesome.
Of course, definitely. I mean, just having that extra energy, I think it's a great thing,
Yeah.
especially when having, I want to say, even maybe like a lighter week and more reps. That's definitely helpful. Or even when just like a heavy week, it's
Yeah.
beneficial
I feel
regardless.
like mainly for heavy weight,
Okay.
but yeah. And I feel
Okay.
like a lot of people don't even know that. Like a lot of people just know that it gets them strong, but
Right.
they don't really know that it's actually just
It's an
maintaining
increase in
that.
energy.
Yeah, it's
It's
maintaining
enhancing
that
it.
level of energy the entire time, which
I
is
got you.
awesome. Instead of you getting fatigued, you just keep going.
You see, and that's the thing. When you do ingest it, it also retains water within the muscle cells. So it kind of that stretch in the muscle, it kind of makes the appearance of the muscle itself just look bigger.
Yeah, and I think that's probably like the most popular concern with like creatine. Like, a lot of people know, oh yeah, if I take creatine, it's just you're holding a lot of water weight.
Right.
But there has been studies that I've read and stuff that if you were to supplement off of it eventually, like you still keep that strength. You still keep that strength. The size would probably like go down a little bit. And I've experienced this myself. I don't know if you have,
Right.
but like when I take creatine and the next couple of weeks, like I feel like I'm smaller, but
But the strength
I
is there.
feel but yeah, the strength is definitely there. The strength
Okay.
is definitely there. So if you want to cycle it or not, but that's definitely something huge that you're gonna notice. And the
I
muscle
got you.
stretching itself, I feel like that you're just gonna be building more muscle on top of that too. So even I feel like after the more you cycle off and off on in it, then you're still, even though you're gonna appear a little smaller than when you were taking creatine, you're gonna you're still gonna be getting results.
Right.
And that's
You're still
really
having to
important.
increase that strength factor every time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Okay. And then I mean, there's no really bad effects with it. Like, there's no side effects. The only thing that I've heard is like maybe you get cramps when taking it, but I believe that's just due
Yeah.
to not maybe not drinking enough water.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I feel like, especially if you're a beginner and you're not drinking enough water, and you're taking creatine,
Right.
and if you get a cramp, it might not be because you haven't recovered fully or whatnot. It might be because you're just not drinking enough water, and the water is what's gonna give you that pump too. What I've noticed too with creatine is like you get a great pump when you're on it. A
Yeah,
great
you're
pump.
retaining all that water within the muscle and just it's it's crazy bump. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love it, man. I love it. It's nice.
So now, when this is where it gets interesting. Last week's topic was beta
The
alanine.
main event. The main
The
event.
main event, yeah, the what's it called, the main card. Um, so creatine
Yes.
and beta alanine together. What
Okay,
are some
and
benefits?
well, the studies have shown that there is more increase in lean muscle and lost more body fat than taking creatine alone.
Okay,
So, it's enhanced in a way.
okay. So, and I mean, they technically both boost muscle endurance.
Yeah,
So,
technically, except one is on one half of it, like the force portion of it, and the other is on the other portion. But we'll get more in depth later.
right, right, right. And it kind of when you get really down to it, beta alanine kind of amplifies creatine, and like
Yeah, it
more in
really
like
does.
in terms of performance.
Yeah, so combined, they fill each other's weaknesses. One strength is one strength is at 30 seconds, and that's creatine. The first 30 seconds of a set, and the other strength is at 60 to 240 seconds of that set, and that's where beta alanine works in. So they're it's like the perfect duo.
I gotcha. And well, if you look into it, like they're honestly both very inexpensive and they're very available.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I want to say it's really it's a supplement that's it's out there for anybody,
Yeah, and
beginners, um,
like for
you know,
beginners especially, those people that are just starting to work out, and it's very inexpensive. Anybody can get it, to be honest. And this combo and this duo, I believe it really applies more to a diverse lifter.
okay,
Someone that runs, maybe, track, and someone that also lifts as well. You don't have to do both, but a diverse lifter is going to benefit from both of them the most.
so you definitely say that combined they fill a better purpose for weightlifting,
Oh yeah,
but I
yeah,
mean it could also be used for any like anaerobic exercises.
yeah, yeah. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt anaerobic exercises. It's like the perfect duo. Yeah, and yeah, I've seen the benefits, and I've felt it myself. It's
Right.
it's a great. Yeah.
And I want to like one thing I do want to point out is and we mentioned it last week, but when you take beta alanine, it kind of builds on the longer you take it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I feel like creatine is not necessarily that same effect because it's
Well,
def or how do you feel about that?
from the research I've done, a lot of it said like you don't really have to cycle off of creatine. You don't have to. Some people do though, but you really don't have to. But it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same way. Like the more, if you were to cycle it off, then yeah, it gets better. It gets better, like the benefits, and you'll feel the difference.
Okay.
Just basically less muscle fatigue, and both, I guess, combined too. One in strength and one more, more muscle endurance workouts.
Okay.
But combined, you get the best of both worlds.
Right. So do you say, let's say like a like a beginner lifter. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
it'd be best for him to start with beta alanine for about maybe a month, those 4 weeks, and then after that first month, start taking creatine. Do you think that'd be a good start?
Yeah, like first couple weeks, probably take it off. That's where cause starting off, yeah, he probably wouldn't feel beta alanine and creatine. Like if you were to take them at the same time,
Yeah.
yeah, he wouldn't feel the benefits of beta alanine until
Right.
for the first couple weeks. So yeah, I definitely say that's a good way to start off. And a lot of people don't know that either. Like I didn't know that when I first started taking it. I did not
I
know that.
gotcha.
But once, like for me, in my experience, like the more I've done the research, the more I've learned about these amino acids, these like enhanced supplements.
Right.
I see the difference and I feel the difference.
Right.
Because my body I actually know what my body's doing,
Right.
and I can compare it and compare my performance. So yeah.
Okay. For those who want to know a little bit more about beta alanine, just go to our video from last week, take a look, and come back to this video.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys soon.
Stay tuned for next topic.